What's going on, guys? Mac Junkie here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to save you the maximum amount of battery life on your Mac. Now, I'm going to be going through a ton of different things you can enable in your settings and other things as well, so stay tuned for that. Also, guys, quickly before this video starts, I would like to thank you guys for 100 subscribers. That is just so awesome, guys. I didn't even expect to reach 100 subscribers this quickly. This channel's only been around for about a month and a half, so I'd just like to thank you guys all for that. And let's get on with the video. Okay, guys, so the first thing you're going to go and do is open your system preferences. Most of the battery saving features we will enable are going to be in these system preferences right here. So first thing you're going to do is go to General. Now when you go in here, both of these boxes will be checked, so uncheck both of these and make sure that they are turned off. Allow handoff and use LCD font smoothing. Turn both of these off and you will save a small amount of battery life. Alright, now you're going to go to Desktop and Screensaver. Now this is a pretty big one. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to disable all of these if you can. So as you can see down here, you can start after never. Just turn it to never. Now basically if you leave your computer for a while, it'll start to play some pretty little images, and it's really just not needed. It's just a very, you know, it's just in the looks department. Okay, so if you're gonna go on a long trip or you're gonna be away for a while and you need all of your extra battery life, then you don't need to have a screensaver. So just disable the screensaver and then you should be good to go. Now you're going to go to Desktop. There's a little section on Desktop and Screensaver, so go to Desktop and make sure that you have Change Picture unchecked, so it never changes the picture. You can have any color of a desktop picture you want, just make sure that it's not cycling. Alright, guys, next thing you're going to go and do is go to Dock. Now this is a pretty big one. Now if you want to save some battery, just disable magnification and turn it down to minimum. And basically magnification is when you have this pretty little zoom effect down here, and this does you know, it doesn't stress your GPU, but it definitely makes your GPU try a lot harder than it would need to if it was just on minimum and there was no magnification at all. So just uncheck magnification and turn it to minimum. Now let's go to Spotlight. Now Spotlight is a big one. As you can see, I have all of these unchecked here. Now basically Spotlight is basically waiting for you to search, and the way you enable Spotlight is holding Command and pressing the spacebar. This is Spotlight right here. Now most people don't even use Spotlight, and if you do, you're most likely just opening applications with it that you can't find because you have a bunch of them in your launch pad. Now if that's the case, then that means you don't need to have a ton of stuff enabled. Now you can, if let's say you're working on papers for school, then you can keep documents in there and you can keep, you know, folders in there and stuff like that. And if you're a photographer, you can enable images, but most of this stuff you can just turn it off because it isn't needed. So go ahead and uncheck all of these and keep the ones checked that you need. Alright, guys, next thing you're going to go and do is go to Displays. Now displays, it's really not a big deal in this section, but you can change some things. Now you want to turn off this automatically adjust brightness thing. So first and foremost, if you want to save battery, you turn your brightness down. But if you want to, but when you have automatically adjust brightness on, there's a little sensor on your computer that senses the light around you that will change your brightness automatically, and this does eat up quite a bit of battery, so just uncheck that right there. Now next thing you're going to go and do is go to Energy Saver, and as you can see, when it's on battery, it turns off after about 2 minutes. This will basically just put your display to sleep, and then when you come back, you will have to type in your password. So obviously, if you are going to be away from a charger for a long time, just turn it to minimum, 1 minute, and then if you go away from your computer, it'll turn off by itself. Alright, guys, the next thing you're going to do is go to Bluetooth and turn it off. So as you can see, I just turned it off, and now you will not be able to use AirDrop or use anything Bluetooth related, but this does save quite a bit of battery, so make sure you turn off Bluetooth. Alright, guys, the next thing you're going to do is go over to accessibility. Now this is where some of the bigger battery saving things are going to be. Now first you're going to go to Vision and go to Display, and you're going to uncheck all of these, or you're going to check these, but you're going to uncheck all of these. Now basically, grayscale, as you can guess, it turns your computer black and white, which this does save some battery, but it does make your computer look quite ugly. So only enable that if you really need that extra power. Now this differentiate without color, I do not know what it means, and I haven't experimented with it enough to tell if it makes a battery difference. You can mess around with that if you want to, but increased contrast and reduced transparency are two of the biggest things. So if you uncheck this and uncheck that, as you can see, my dock is transparent. But when I turn on reduce transparency, my dock is now completely solid and you cannot see through it. And when I turn it off, as you can see, my dock has a nice little fade and you can see some of the background in there. So these are really just things, we're just disabling some eye candy, okay? And increased contrast will turn these bars like up here. Up here, it will make it much more solid white, and it'll increase lines to make sure that everything is basically not transparent, and it basically just makes everything look kind of, you know, plain. Now guys, the next thing we're going to do is a little bit more advanced, and I do want to warn you guys, do not do this unless you are confident in using Terminal. Now Terminal is basically what you can use to control everything on your computer, and if you mess something up in Terminal, you can completely destroy your computer. So don't use this feature that I'm about to show you if you are non-experienced with Terminal. So first, to open Terminal, go ahead and open your Spotlight and type in Terminal. And it will load it up here. And what you're going to do is you're going to have this here. Now all of this will be in the description for you to copy and paste. I recommend you split your window in half and get Terminal up and do this with me just to make sure you're doing it correctly. But this is going to give you quite a bit of RAM. And it's also going to make sure that you're not using any extra battery. Now what I'm about to do is disable the notification center. Most people never use this. Now if you use this, then don't disable it like I'm going to show you. Now as you can see, it's on and it's always here, and I never ever use it. I don't need to use it, just like most people never use it. So here's what you're going to do. So first you're going to go into Terminal and click on this, right click on this little gray box and click paste. Then you're going to click enter. Now once you click enter, you're also going to go to this next command here, which is kill all notification center, and put it into Terminal as well. So copy that, click on the little gray box, click paste, and click enter. Now as you can see, when I click on here, the notification center is gone, and it will also free up a little bit of RAM. And as you can see, when I click here, the notification center no longer pops up. So guys, that's all I have for this tutorial. If it did help you out and saved you some battery, please leave a like on this video and tell me down in the comments. Also, if I missed anything and there are any more features that you can recommend, please put them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.